Episode 5. Don't Have a Cow. A cow handler let all the riders know that the rain race would begin soon. Leonie chased after her mother, who approached her racer. Miss Gilbert gave the large cow a gentle pat and pressed her forehead against its white fur. "Mom, stop denying it," Leonie said. "You talked Cassie into getting into a fight with me so you could steal the cow. She admitted it." "Baby girl," Miss Gilbert said, "we can't talk about this now. The race is about to start." "Where is Mooberly? I want her back and safe." Leonie climbed onto her racer, who mooed a happy like hello. Miss Gilbert mounted the saddle on top of Schumacher Batman, then played with the creature's hair on its head. She said, I did, run into Cassie at the barn. But she didn't get in a fight with you because of me. You can't talk your way out of this, Mom." Leonie readied for the race, taking a seat on top of nervous Police Academy the cow. "You didn't want me gone for the summer, and you knew the only way you could stop me was by taking that cow." Miss Gilbert began the slow clap, glaring at Leonie. This went on for several uncomfortable seconds. She took a bow from on top of her racing cattle. "You have no idea how proud I am to have a daughter who figured it all out. How smart. I did plot to take the cow. Cassie agreed to help me. I even drove to the school after I stopped by the glass repair shop, which is closed, to see how much a new back window would cost if the cow kicked it out." "Wait," Leonie said. "The shop isn't open?" "Yeah," her mom said. "Sedalia's sick. It's been closed for days. I got as far as the parking lot before I saw you, taking care of the cow. Baby girl, I know why you hate cattle. I don't want you gone for an entire summer, but you don't deserve to have that taken from you. So I didn't steal your Mooberly. I left my truck in the parking lot and walked to the diner. When I got back, the cow was gone. It could have been me, but it wasn't. You're welcome." Boone's voice boomed over the PA. "Go!" The gates opened. All 6 racers slid out into the track like little kids running on a slip and slide. The cows bounced off each other, stumbling towards the finish line. The people cheered. Police Academy pulled up alongside Schumacher Batman, kicking up water and clay all over the cheering spectators. The Gilbert mother and daughter headed in a dead heat towards the finish line. "Why didn't you tell me?" Leonie shouted over the noise of the hooves splattering in the water. "About how you didn't want me to leave this summer. Why don't you tell me anything?" "Can't talk now, baby girl. I'm busy taking first place." Schumacher Batman, with a burst of speed, bolted over the finish line. Bright floodlights filled the east side of the tracks. On top of the hill sat a 4-door sedan with 2 men sitting outside the driver's side. From a handheld receiver, he spoke. "This is the State Gaming Commission. Everyone, stop where you are. We need the names and mounts at every bet taken here today. We're coming to hand you your fines." The crowd panicked. People frantically broke down their stands and awnings and rushed to their cars. "Don't let them catch you on that cow," Leonie's mom said. "Get out of here." "Mom?" Leonie's eyes lit up. "You suck. But we need to learn to talk about stuff." They nodded at each other. Leonie dismounted her rider. The 2 men in clear plastic raincoats approached the track. The girl ran into the flooded fields in the direction of Fayette's house. She knew where she had to go when her mom said that Sedalia was out sick with the flu. "8:15. Fayette's back door." Fayette motioned the girl inside the old farmhouse. It had seen better days, with rain dripping in from the cracks in the windows. The buckets were placed all throughout the house to catch the leaks. Leonie followed her into the kitchen, panting from having run so far from the secret track. Her drenched clothes pooled puddles of rainwater on the tile floor. "I heard the races got rated on the Western Boone show." Fayette opened a drawer with the WWF wrestling poster above it. She handed Leonie a faded yellow towel and pushed aside an ashtray of burnt carrots. Leonie dried off her face and hair. She said, "I forgot your brother's show was one of the wrestlers on the coach's waiting list." "Don't remind me," Fayette said, popping open a bottle of cold Diet Dr. Pepper. "As soon as I get Show out of this town, he'll lose interest in wrestling. I don't think his body can handle that kind of thing. He doesn't agree with me. We can hang out in the other room till things calm down, then I'll drive you home. Oh, that sucks about your brother, Leonie said, following her into the living room. There, to the left of the front door was a giant glass window overlooking a field. Its glass still intact. You got second place again. That's not bad for your first 2 races, Fayette said. Leonie could not take her eyes off the glass of the window. Stained a light purple from all the years of use, she spotted some dust on the still below, looking completely untouched. Yeah, it's fun. I'm good at it. Leonie fidgeted with her hands. Fayette seemed to pick up on this. Branson has to be happy, she said. That's better than what Weston was doing. Since you had to stick around for a few years, you might do okay for yourself. If that's what you want, of course. You live a far away from town. Leonie placed the wet towel on the table. It has to blow filling up your tank with gas all the time, huh? I spend a third of my paycheck in gas. Yeah, it blows. Have to fill up every other day. You drive the same white truck as everyone. I'm sure you filled up at the station and didn't tell us when Cassie and I asked you. You lied about Weston and Boone breaking out your front window, since I'm looking out of it now. Please tell me that this is a mistake, and my mom wasn't telling the 100% truth. A loud noise came from the garage, a sound that excited her, but a feeling that quickly turned to fear. Fayette stepped between Leonie and the back door, blocking her path. Leonie said, I hear a cow in your garage. It's not what you think, Fayette said. Go look for yourself. Leonie walked down the long hallway into the garage. There inside, she found Mooberly, fatter than she had been, eating out of a bed of hay. She had not walked but a few steps when the garage door slammed. Leonie heard Fayette dragging the kitchen table. She first hit the garage door opener, but nothing happened. A cut wire fell from the device. Fayette shouted from the other side, I'm selling that cow and getting me and my brother out of here. Why couldn't you have stayed away? Leonie tried to ram the barricade with her bony shoulder, but it was no use. The girl was trapped with Mooberly. What are you going to do with me? Leonie shouted, frightening Mooberly, who gave an angry move. This is all your fault, Mooberly. If you would stop getting in the strangers' trucks, she shouted to Fayette inside the house. Let me out. I can help you get out of here, if that's what you want. But I think you're missing something. There's a community here, and everyone's beaten up and petty and doing some shady things after dark, but we do care about each other. Even if we don't always know how to talk to each other, we have a good town here. Something crashed into the garage. A white truck tore through the panels. The strong scent of air freshener filled the room. Miss Gilbert leapt out. Dang it, child, you beat me to the thief. Mom, how did you know I was in here? Miss Gilbert took her daughter in her arms. I went looking for you, and I saw the front window intact. The glass repair guy has the flu. She had to have lied about the brick this morning. I knew you were here. Then I heard you from the outside, Miss Gilbert said. You told me to stay away. That's because you were looking for the cow that you were gonna steal but didn't. 'Cause I guess you do care about me. Bingo. Miss Gilbert hugged her daughter tighter. They heard a door slam in the back of the house, followed by the sound of running footsteps. Don't worry, her mom said. Fayette can't get far on foot. We'll find her. Get the cow in the truck and we'll get her back to your coat. Tuesday, May 9th, 1996, 8:30 a.m., Gilbert House. Special thanks to everyone for sticking with us at the races last night. Leonie and her mother gathered around a radio in the living room. Birds sang outside, and the sunlight trickled in through the windows. Welcome back to the Weston and Boone Show, he said over the airwaves. In new racer news, the famed smartest cattle ever, Mooberly, has been found safe and sound. Her kidnapper has been found and has been sentenced to 5 months community service. Mooberly also has a new owner, who? Miss Gilbert clicked off the radio. Hey, Leonie said, reaching for the knob. I need to know. Why would you care? I thought you hated that cow, Miss Gilbert said playfully. Leonie stood up. Well, yes, but... Miss Gilbert picked up the radio and carried it with her into the next room. Leonie followed. What are you hiding now? She asked. My rent went up, Miss Gilbert said. I'm renting 2 stalls at Branson's place. I bought you the cow. You can't keep Mooberly in the garage. You can start racing and paying back the cost after you get back from your summer job. If that's what you want. Leonie covered her mouth with her hands. You mean we own Mooberly? Thank you, but I'm not going to take the job this summer. I'm giving it to Cassie. Miss Gilbert felt her forehead. Do you have a fever? She betrayed you, remember? Ugh, yes, Leonie said, backing away. She cleared the table of dishes and placed them in the sink. But I found the cow I was looking for. "1 p.m., Gopher Canyon State Park. A wild turkey called out as Leonie and Cassie rested on a fallen tree. The ranger station was not far away, but the packs they carried were heavy. They contained enough trail mix and 2-player board games to last the entire summer. The extra weight had made the journey longer, but Leonie felt accomplished. She lost herself for a moment, looking at the abundance of trees and plants. Are you sure about the plan? Leonie asked. Cassie gave a not-so-confident nod. They finished their sandwiches Miss Gilbert had packed for them. I don't think the ranger's going to agree with this, Leonie said randomly. Cassie shrugged. I wronged you, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it right. We'll figure it out. A woman in a Forest Service green outfit approached them. She adjusted her hat to keep her light brown hair out of her eyes. The woman stared at them, baffled. Are you Cassie? The ranger adjusted her hat. Cassie nodded. Why are there 2 of you? The ranger asked. There's only one job. Leonie's my emotional support human. I need her for support. The woman frowned and placed her hands on her hips. She looked up to the sky for a moment before answering. Fine, whatever. You can both watch out for the mountain lion that's been getting into the supply catch. Yes, we can do that, Leonie said. Wait, what do you mean, mountain lion? Cassie whispered to her emotional support human. That evening, the 2 settled in the fire lookout tower. They familiarized themselves with the map and compass in the center of the room. There, they could look out and watch the sun set. As the heat gave way to the cool of the night, a mist formed around the forest, lit by moonlight. After checking in with the ranger station, they turned on the portable player and sang their hearts out until the wee hours of the night. The end. This series was so much fun to write. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I love the cover art that Marissa came up with, especially the cow that somehow can stare at your soul off the page. You should really check out her Instagram and her other artwork. Thank you to all the test readers for this project as well. You made this a million times easier with that feedback. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank the awesome Shay, who helps so much with the show with her feedback and creative consults. She has definitely made this possible. Sorry about all the Mooberly, Missouri jokes. Not really. Check out lookingforcows.com for future audiobooks. Until next time, good luck looking for cows out there.